Okay, I see it's being live streamed, so we're live on YouTube too, right?
Yep, should be good now.
All right. High degree of risk involved in trading. Past performance is not indicative of future results. In my opinion, market will be really bullish after July. My biggest caveat is we got to get the tax bill passed. Once that's passed, everything else is just going to be a tailwind to how high we can go, in my opinion. Now, this is sort of the guideline I've been following. If you look there, there's a certain sell-off should happen here at the end of May. Everybody see that? And then once it sells off, it goes into a trading zone, trades up, and then after July, this baby gets hot, hot, hot after July. I want to use that period from the end of May to July to find those stocks that are really going to pay us and be a buyer on weakness, because I think that will eventually make us a lot of money. That'll be my plan as we finish out the month of May. It's been a heck of a month of May already, and I'm looking for I'm looking for some warning days in here that I told you about. I think that coming up, you got this Friday will be a warning day, if I remember correctly. Yeah, if you look there, the 23rd is a warning day, and then next week you got 3 out of 5 days are warning days. So next week you're gonna get a correction, I think, at some point. Now, where do we make new highs and correct from there? That high, if you go back to the previous chart, if you go back to the previous chart, after it tops there in May, you come up and test it, but you don't go exceed it until after July. Okay? Pretty cool stuff. That's the bigger picture. And there's the warning days I gave you at the first of the month, and they're playing out pretty good. Recent trades at DTI, just to say how we doing. The BitTo trade, 29% return on risk, a 229% return on BitTo. I got out of BitTo. That was another trade that I noticed after hours, meaning after 4 o'clock, I started posting in order to buy the stock. It was around 18 at the time. We did options the next day. You see exactly what we did there. Pretty impressive on Bitcoin. There's a 27% return there on my T-Buzz talking trade. That's a scholarship for the month. One little trade, one scholarship. %return on MU. I started buying MU. MU's been paying. Still looks good to me. MU. Uber was a trade we did last week. Made 7% on that trade. Hey, a profit's a profit. That was a credit put spread. XSP, a 7% average there. That was the weekend profits club. Not bad. 49% return on that one. That was a lot better there, wasn't it? Look at that. Isn't that great? That's that new format we're using for the weekend profits club. So you gotta, if you're a member there, definitely pay attention. We're on a hot streak over there. Weekend profits club. Another one, 21%. In that one set of 3 trades, you're looking at 100% on your money. That's not bad. This is what we've done during May. TQQ, we wore it out at 17% return. AMD, a 36% return. You know, I got on that pretty early, AMD. That stock at 23 really paid me a lot of money. I thought it might be time for a comeback, and it's coming back good. AMD. QQQ, 4% return there. Fine time for a dime. Another 69% return. Fine time for a dime. 25-cent trader. Way to go. XSP, Palantir, 11% return there for Moonlight Trading Club. Hey, what we say in the South, when somebody's this good, we're cooking with gas, guys. We're growing our accounts. We're doing what we're supposed to. 20% return there on MU. Afterburner alerts, 32% on that Uber trade. Not bad, huh? One ticker, a NVIDIA trade, 16% return there. 4% return on a SPY trade for one ticker. 15% on Palantir for options on the go. Go, go, go. Tesla trade, 12% return. Amazon trade, earnings unlimited, 11% return. By the way, look, that brings up something. Home Depot. I think Home Depot might be a stock we need to look at really close on earnings. That's after the close tomorrow. You got a double barrel approach. If the earnings are decent, then you've got the hurricane season coming, and always, always, always is a good bet around this time of year. Home Depot. Keep that in mind. Microsoft, cooking with gas. So, you know, Microsoft's got a pretty good dividend too. 23% return there. AMD, 11%. We've done all this in May, right?
That's right. These are trades that you open and close in May.
I'm out now. Somebody asked me about futures first. Take the 50 points. We'll be back tonight. 11% return on risk on AMD. Wow, that's an all service. That's when it was happening so fast. I said, let's let everybody make some money. And that's what I did there. That counts for your program being a member. Project Zebra, 11% return there. %16 return there. Project Zebra, love that name. Tesla, 18% return there. That's starting to add up. 20% return. That's almost 100% in Project Zebra right there, Jonathan. That got off to a slow start, but boy, it's coming on with both barrels now. Talked to one of my Zebra people yesterday. He's loving what we're doing. 12% return. Project Zebra. Live trading sessions, 52% return. By the way, here's a clue. If I ever go live, try to be there. Live trading, 52% return. Wow. NVIDIA, 17% return. This is T-Buzz, the Crown Jewel Pro. Try it out. This is the oldest program. Try it for 30 days, $97 if you want to try something to really see the art of trading. That's pretty cool. T-Buzz, I meet live once a week. $30 days access, Tuesday power plays. Oh boy, that trade, that's about to heat up, $97. I like what you're doing here, letting everybody do. Hey, come on. If you're not a member of Talk and Trade, go look in the mirror and say, that ain't a smart person in that mirror if you're not a member. This program here, per dollar, pays out about as high as any program I got. You can join for $200 a month. You get 24-hour coverage. Like everybody on that SQQQ got it, okay? Pretty cool. Pretty good. Genesis, the program I talked about last night, 897. Got to be in Genesis. I can't wait today to 12 o'clock. That's the key hour this week on Genesis. MTI, you know how much I use that. The lifetime version's $14.97. Moonlight's $12.97 for a year. It's precise, it happens, and it pays per square inch, we'll say. $12.97. Moonlight. Afterburner alerts, three months, $247. It's off to a great start, right, Jonathan? Afterburner alerts. Now, futures first. Even if you don't trade futures, what you learn in futures first will really help you as an investor / trader. And I'm covering how to hedge portfolios as a lesson. Not this week, but next week I'll be covering that, okay? But I cover a lesson every Monday night. We have our own room there in Futures First. One guy just said he made $1,800 on my call. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good program, isn't it? 3 months, 7 months, 3 levels of membership, 12 months, right there. Get on board, be there tonight at 7 o'clock. That's Futures First. Now here's a letter from somebody that attended my Sawcraft. I want to read it. Dear Tom and DTI team, thank you for your first class SQQ scholarship. It was an absolutely wonderful learning experience. I'm very grateful that you assisted, encouraged her to attend in person. I've enjoyed every aspect of the event, from the education, the networking opportunity. That's what happens. You meet other people that have been part of it. The fantastic food, you won't beat it this time around. Services and a beautiful venue. Special thank you to Kelly and Jonathan and Jeff for their support throughout the year. Tammy. Thank you so much, Tammy. Nice letter, wasn't it? We got that coming up June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. Not too late to be part of it. That's the TB Sawgrass. Is that it, Jonathan? Oh, all right, here's a little education on the Monday T-Buzz letter. We'll issue this after the close. All right, if you look, we put the 7 sisters. This is how we get our ideas. You'll notice the E-mini, NASDAQ, and Dow last week were still shy of where they opened at. Notice how Europe is very strong. Notice how gold is about 22%. Crude down 13%. Notice bonds. By the way, I got a number on crude for you. It brought it to my attention. $66 is about as high as it can go. I'll go back to a short after we get there, okay? Edwin says, Margaret and Ashley are packing their bags. Edwin doesn't like missing the Sawgrass event. I guess over the years, he's probably eaten $20,000 worth of my food. Anyway, that 66 is a good number. MTI, last week's trade letter. Look at that. We were up 4.5% last week. This is how important MTI, a closer look. That new buy signal, up around 20 points when we showed this, 3.5% higher for the week. Oh, the stadium course is great, Brian. You'll love it. This is from last week's, looking at different markets, part of the trade letter. News that we had last week to sort of balance things. CPI, remember CPI and PPI? Remember PPI was so good, it was a delayed buy and they bought it into new highs closing on Friday. Earnings that matter, post-market, that's with earnings that we showed that mattered last week. There's that core weave. Go back, circle it. Core weave. I called it to your attention, said this stock has potential. You know that stock right now is at 80. Let me find it. Let me give you the exact thing. It made my big board, core weave did. Okay? Core weave. Right now, $85 and a quarter, been up to 87. That's pretty good. Wow. Here's my Magic 5 last week. I was bullish, so you see TQQ at the bottom. Look at NVIDIA. 121 went to 136. Tesla, 321 went to 350. MU, 92 went to 97. AMD went to 121. Folks, these were the Magic 5 last week on the news. Now, is that worth $9.99 for a year to be a member of this? I think so. You're so lucky because I am going to change the price when I get time to change all the data. But we got so many people. I'd like to get, Adam told me the number of people in here, and I said, man, I'm so happy about that. So happy. Join. How do you join? This will be on YouTube. How do you join? Look, crypto mark. Oh, by the way, I got a word about the crypto. My target on crypto is 125,000. I think it's headed there. 125. Futures first at 7. And there's a discounted price if you want to join futures right there. 1 year for the weekly newsletters, $9.99. Does everybody like that price for all that good information? Well, guess what? Day after 4, we're going to have some more good information for you. I wanted to do this with you because I think this is great. And sort of a way to say thank you for taking a chance with me on this letter. I know it's not much money, $9.99, but I really want you to see and open you up to everything we got. So there you've seen it today. Watch this tape. If you can be part of any of it, do it. I would encourage you to, probably get on Sawgrass, either online or in person, if possible. Get a ticket. Thank you. This went well, Jonathan, and thanks for doing this. And I might do this again. We had so many people attend. Look at those people. Wow. All right, this week, something to watch out for. Tomorrow, I'm having a little mini trade show at 11. Hope y'all can join me. As a member, you'll get an invitation. So 11 to 2 tomorrow. Y'all enjoyed Friday. I decided to do it on Tuesday. That's tomorrow. Put it on your schedule. Be part of it. Greg, you like that weekly letter, huh? Yep. Yeah, we recorded it. It'll be on YouTube, Kerry. If you go to YouTube, you can watch it, right, Jonathan?
That's right. In a few minutes after we finish, it will be on the live tab at the YouTube channel, which is dtitwitter.com/YouTube.
You said that pretty fast. You want to type it into the chat?
Doing that right now.
He's pretty fast typist, I can tell you that. All right, John, if you got anything you want to add? Big day tomorrow for sure.
Yeah, I wanted to show the schedule. Well, before we get to the schedule, or the full schedule for the week, this is what the YouTube channel looks like. dtitwitter.com/YouTube. You see there's tabs here for home, videos, and live. Right now we are live, so there's a little button here to go to the live session. But when we're done, you can click over to this will disappear. This live now will disappear. You'll have to click over to the live tab to find the recordings of everything that was live, and it'll be right there. But here's the schedule, rest of the day and the rest of the week.
Now, Jonathan, I want them to know. Have you ever, and how long you been doing this for me?
About 8 years.
Have you ever seen a month like we're having in May like that? That's pretty good, isn't it?
I don't think so. I couldn't find one loser yet.
I know. Well,
Morning.
I think with the tools that we have now, the MTI, the roadmap, special weapon, I think people are starting to get it. Y'all give me some feedback. It's been with me. Pretty impressive stuff, isn't it? You're learning a lot and you're growing your account. Wait till we get past July. One program that you ought to check with Kelly Barber on, and you ought to check with Jeffrey Ondraka. I had a discussion this morning. Some of you qualify for what I would call the medallion program. Now that doesn't include futures, but it includes a lot. You ought to talk to Kelly and you ought to talk to Jeffrey Ondraka about that, okay? Because I decided to open that back up a little bit. I think we'll take 4 people total for the month if anybody's interested, okay? And so you can talk to Kelly or Jeffrey and they'll look at what you've done. I think you'll be surprised how cost effective it'd be to be a medallion, okay? Doesn't include futures, but it does include everything else. Jonathan, that's all I got.
I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Gotta love it. See y'all on the flip side.
I'm actually going to drop.